Good morning, students. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will continue the question answer of chapter number 2, that is prejudice and discrimination. Well, this chapter it is taken from the civics, it is the part of social science, the subject civics of standard 6. So earlier I had already explained, given explanation of this chapter, and first few exercise of question answer I have done in my previous video. If you have not watched it, go and watch, go through my channel, and there you will get the previous video related to this chapter. Well, let's get started to the question answer. So first of all, in my previous video, I have given explanation of about exercise A, B, C, D. Okay, so today we will start exercise A. This exercise, it is saying answer the following question in detail. So first of all, first question, it is asking why is untouchability treated as a crime and a punishable offense by the Constitution of India? Well, Constitution untouchability, these is the examples of different that that forms a different social inequality. So that's why the Constitution of India that had been framed by the Dr. B. Bhimrao Ambedkar, we can say the father of Constitution. The answer of this question, we need to see the page number 227. 227, it is written here. Okay, 227, left paragraph, last 6 line. So we can write untouchability treated as a crime and as a punishable offense by the Constitution of India because it is an extreme form of discrimination. According to this practice, the assumed lower caste people were considered impure and untouchable and were forced to live outside the boundary of the society. They were not allowed to interact with people belonging to the higher caste and were denied opportunity of education and even religious worship. So that's why this evil practice they had already been abolished by the banned by the government of India according to the Indian Constitution. Second question, on the basis of prejudice, women face a lot of discrimination. How? So we had discussed in the chapter number, page number 225, and we had discussed a kind of prejudice. There are so many kinds of prejudice that is based on gender, religious, race, region, caste, stereotype. So this question, it is asking that on the basis of prejudice, women face a lot of discrimination. How? Yes, women. Question answer, it is written. Yes, women face a lot of prejudice at home and sometimes even at a workplace. On the basis of such prejudice, they are subjected to discrimination. Even today, in many parts of the world, women are not treated at par with women in many places. They are still considered solely as homemakers and are denied right to education. In some places, there are rigid rules on what women can or cannot do. Severe restriction on the activities that women can do even today. They are not allowed to go out of the house or mix with people freely. Very often, employed women get paid much less than male counterparts for the same amount of work done. So that is the thing, that kind of prejudice that we do discriminate on the basis of gender. Well, gender can be defined as biological term as well as social term. In biological term, we do identify about the human being sex, but in social term, we are we are come to know about their apparel, their work, how do they, what kind of work they do, they don't know. This is based on the this is based on social term. In our society, present society, women face a lot of discrimination. Like we can say that women can do only household work, and men can do only office work. Men cannot do the household work, and women cannot do the office work. So this is the discrimination on the basis of the gender. So we should avoid this, we should eliminate this, and so that we will establish a better society in the world. Question number 3. Give examples to prove that prejudice had led to discrimination in society. Well, example it is also given in the book, like page number, you can see page number 226. Here it is written. Some example that we must discuss, we must tell about the answer, that is that some examples that prove that will prove that prejudice had led to discrimination in society. Example, first example, little Rohan fell down and started crying. His mother picked him up and consoled him, saying that boys don't cry. That this shows the discrimination towards boy and girl, that only girl can cry, boys cannot cry. But that is wrong. Boy boys are also human beings, they have also feelings, so it is wrong that we should not discriminate on the basis of their gender. Second, Rishi want to learn Bharatnatyam along with his sister, but his father disagree. So these type of example, when we stereotype people, we categorize them into certain group. A common example of stereotype in the society is associating dolls, cloth, cooking, crying, and shopping with girls, associating cars, outdoor games, and bikes with boys. If a girl happens to love cars and bikes, we say that the girl has boys-like quality. Similarly, if a boy cries, we tell him not to cry like a girl. So we should avoid this, because we cannot decide, we cannot judge the people on the basis of their likeness. What they do like, it's their own choice. We should respect their choice, and we should do not discriminate on the basis of their choice. Question number 4. How has the caste system divided the people and the society? Well, question number 4, it is written here. One of the most prominent examples of inequality is the caste system, in which people from the so-called upper classes consider everyone else in the society inferior and deny them most of their rights. Traditionally, Indian society had been divided into different castes on the basis of occupation. Brahman, Kshatriya, and Vaishya were considered to be the superior caste and therefore respectable, while Sudra or lower caste were oppressed and discriminated against. So, caste system is the biggest problem in our country. We should avoid casteism. We should avoid judging people on the basis of their caste. And also, our Indian Constitution says that gives equal right to the both men and women, and does not allow any discrimination on the basis of caste. So we should avoid this. Question number 5. It is the last question of this chapter. It said, why is it beneficial to put the children with special need in the same school with the others? Yes, it is very, very, very beneficial to put the children with special need in the same school with the others. And we can say special children, they need our special care and attention. They need love, respect, and acceptance by others. We should neither take pity on them nor make fun of them. It is important that differently able children do not face discrimination. Till recently, regular school did not admit children with special needs, so they had to attend a special school meant for them. But now in the present situation, there are many inclusive schools opened in our city, in our town, where children with special need get the opportunity to study together with the other children, so that they may not feel that they belong to any separate category. So that is the beneficial, that because they need special care, they need that they should also want respect, and they also think that they do not need pity. No, we should not make fun of them, rather making fun of them, we should encourage them, we should motivate them. So that is the chapter of question and answer, pride and prejudice. So we have done this chapter. Next video we will start the new chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.